view. I finally got my car turned around. I don't think anyone's ever seen the passenger side of the car before. Now to start working the cage, I need to get the windshield out, and what I couldn't reach was the passenger side quarter panel, so I also have to pull that out. So we're gonna get to that. Alright, so I noticed something interesting when I was cutting this out. It's your basic polyurethane all the way across the bottom. And as I went up the side, I started encountering some butyl, which is that filthy, disgusting stuff that gets everywhere. And then prior to doing that, on my floor, I see some rust and what looked like some water leaks, which in most cases can be just some seam sealer that broke in here, which is what I'm hoping. It seems like there might be a leak in here. So I'm going to cut the rest of this poly out of here. It looks like this windshield has been replaced before too. So we'll cut all that out and we'll see what the actual metal looks like. You can see it along here also. That you don't want there. So someone's been fiddling around in here before. Alright, so after cleaning it up, there is a bunch of rust. And that happens if you ever get your windshield replaced. They wind up scraping the inside of it, bare metal. Over time it rusts out. And I'm assuming the butyl that they put around the top, they saw a leak and figured the butyl would fix it and it just made a mess. So I'm just going to have to go through here and see how deep this goes. There it is after the wire wheel. The worst spot I see is at the top. And right, I can't really see it, but right here is a hole. And as it usually is, if I keep picking around here, that hole will keep getting bigger. And here, I might be able to clean that up. This one's extended almost to the outside here where they actually see the body. However, it's kind of strong. So I am going to grind that to see if I can get it to clean metal. And there's some in there. That just looks like surface rust. So back to the wire wheel again. Here's the window frame all cleaned up. And we're gonna come back and weld this hole shut. There's another small one, you can barely see it right there. And if it all holds, if the rust isn't worse on the other side, it won't blow out and will actually maintain itself. So we'll see how the weld goes. Alright, here it is after the weld, and luckily it did hold up. So on to the next step. Okay, as just another precautionary step, I'm going to use this product. It's called Evaporust. So all the way around here there was some kind of porous spotting areas that you can't really get to with the wire wheel. So just to be safe, I'm going to let this absorb into all those little pockets. And per the directions it says just wipe it down, and on larger areas like this you soak paper towels and you wrap the area in soaked paper towels. So that's what we're going to do. And there it is, all done. And per the directions, you wrap it with plastic wrap. That way it keeps the moisture from evaporating in the paper towels. And it also says we need to let this sit for 1 to 12 hours. So in this case, I'm just going to choose 12 hours because I got plenty of other things I can do. We'll come right back. Alright, here it is with the wheel sticking out. That's what we have to fix. Alright, here we are. Both the side vents kind of clamshelled together. You can see the wheel is now underneath the quarter panel. Much better. I can live with that. Alright, so that's interesting. It seems to have converted all the rust into that black scabby stuff. Here's how the metal looks now. So I guess we'll call that good. I'm going to clean it up and put some etching primer on there so we don't get any new surface rust, and we'll see if any old rust wants to bleed through. Alright, while I had this stuff out, I went and dipped this old nasty hammer in evaporust, so let's see how that turned out. It turned out really good. It saved me a whole lot of work in actually grinding this thing down and polishing it up. You'll definitely see this hammer used more in the future. There it is after paint, or just etch primer. Seems to be holding it well. I don't see anything bleeding through. So I'm just going to throw the windshield back in here and move on to the next thing. Alright, so that wraps up two more little jobs I've been having to get done. Other than that, we're going to start doing the wiring so we can start making different programs talk to each other, and the very much needed roll cage. So we'll get to those things. Thanks for watching.